It's been an intense few weeks for the Baltic states who've been experiencing regular drone incursions in their respective airspaces. Some drones have even made their way into Finnish airspace, causing disruption in the Nordic nation. These instances have directly and indirectly led to the resignations of ministers, while also prompting shelter alerts at the highest levels in large cities. They've also seen NATO jets taking to the skies to shoot down these stray unmanned aerial vehicles. It looks like most, if not all, of the drones entering NATO airspace are of Ukrainian origin, putting strain on otherwise strong relationships. And so we take a look at what's going on in today's video. It's even a challenge to know where to begin, as so much has happened over the past few weeks. But here is a quick summary of the most high-profile incidents. On March 25th, one drone struck the chimney of a power station in Estonia, about 2 kilometers from the Russian border. Things were quiet over the month of April, but on May 7th, one drone crashed at an oil storage facility in Latvia, causing a fire. On May 19th, a Romanian Air Force F-16 from the NATO Baltic air policing mission intercepted and shot down a drone, marking the first time an unmanned aerial vehicle has been downed in Estonian territory by NATO aircraft since the conflict began. The next day, on May 20th, an air raid warning was issued over southeastern Lithuania, causing a ground stop for all civilian flights to and from the nation's capital, while also sending the country's politicians to air raid shelters. And remember, these were just the most high-profile instances, with several more drone incursions taking place over the past few weeks. The most notable political fallout has taken place in Latvia. On May 10th, Latvian Defence Minister Andris Spruds was forced to resign due to Prime Minister Eva demanding he give up his post. The PM said she had lost confidence in Spruds' ability to lead, saying anti-drone systems had not been deployed fast enough. In response to the PM's firing of the Defence Minister, Spruds' own political party withdrew its support from the coalition government, leaving the PM without a majority in Parliament. And so, just 4 days after the Defence Minister was forced to resign, the PM announced her own resignation, triggering the collapse of her coalition government just months before an election. Zooming back out again to the larger Baltic region, it's been assessed that in most, if not all cases, the drones turned out to be of Ukrainian origin engaged in attacks on Russia, drones that wandered off course due to jamming and electronic warfare measures. For its part, Ukraine has apologized for the incursions, but also said Russia was redirecting the drones through the jamming of guidance signals. Moscow, however, has accused the Baltic states of allowing Ukraine to use their airspace to strike targets in Russia, a claim that all three countries, as well as Kyiv, have adamantly denied. Some authorities even suggest the possibility of Russia undertaking false flag operations, capturing Ukrainian drones to send them into the Baltics as a form of provocation, although this has yet to be proven. According to a recent BBC report, the Lithuanian Defence Ministry said that it was Minsk that notified Vilnius about drones flying towards its airspace on May 21st, and that the object that triggered the alert was believed to have flown in from Belarusian territory. What remains unclear, however, is why Belarus would warn its neighbours of approaching drones instead of shooting them down itself. After all, the close Russian ally has also accused Lithuania of allowing Ukrainian drones to fly through its territory into Belarusian airspace. Whether they are jammed drones or a false flag operation, it's clear that these incursions are both disrupting daily life across the region while testing political relations and the resolve and relationship between NATO allies and Ukraine. The Baltic nations remain in dialogue with Ukraine while urgently bolstering their air defense and monitoring capabilities to better react to future drone incursions. But what do you think of all this? Let us know by leaving a comment.